It's your girl Queen Dee Dee with Dee Dee Said It. Want to look at this quick short from Nick Canon. He says he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. That sounds kind of interesting for me. Or is it surprising coming from a man that got so many children and baby mamas? I don't know, Cam Newton. Let's listen in.
It's a spectrum. You know what I mean? And I think even it starts off with like confidence, overconfident, arrogance, and then that's when you step into the space of narcissism. And in that, there's markers. And when someone has like extreme narcissistic behavior disorder, it has things like the lack of empathy, rage, all of those things. I don't have those. Like
I was just going to ask you, how many of those symptoms do you identify with?
Yeah. Like I identify with all of them except for those two.
Except for the rage and the...
Yeah, I have no rage, and I have, I'm very empathetic.
Got it.
Narcissistic rage can be harmful to both parties involved. People with NPD may experience narcissistic rage when they aren't given attention they feel they deserve, their confidence is challenged, or their sense of self is questioned. But he's saying that he don't have certain traits of narcissistic behavior. I could agree with that because there are so many people on this. I mean, name a person that's not narcissistic. It's just different levels of it. The problem that I'm having with his statement is, I don't know why he's trying to cover up. Why he's trying to cover up that he was diagnosed with it. I don't feel like that's a diagnosis that he was actually diagnosed with from a doctor. I feel like that's something that he started developing because he felt like he had money. And when money get in a lot of black people's hands, especially men, you definitely can't tell them nothing. They like the next Trump in the world. I mean, at the end of the day, my only gripe to this is, what are you covering up? Like, why are you saying you have empathy? Because I felt like if you had any type of empathy, the women that you're having babies from, I think you'll be more empathetic to them, because maybe some of those women that you're having babies from, one, they may just be with you for money, but what about those ones that are actually with you because they care about you? But because you know you have money and you could dang on that money over their head, and then what you do is to keep them any kind of way attached to you, you just go ahead and spew out babies with them. I mean, because again, you're not in all their houses. So when we talk about narcissistic and empathetic, do you really want to say that you have that? I don't know how you would have empathy. That's not considered empathy. Okay, so someone's going to say, well, the ladies allow it. And you're right. The ladies did allow it. Because one thing about it, as grown people, I'm not going to say you can't do, you shouldn't do things that you don't want to do. But typical women, they can, it ain't even probably about him in bed. It's about his clout and his money. So you're right. I probably can't say he should be empathetic towards the women. But who becomes empathetic towards the children? Because when him as a dad is never around, or he's only around when he's flaunting his money, or he's only around when it's time for him to hit and stick with that one, because they're not even living in the same homes. It'll be a difference if all the kids even grew up in the same house, Cam Newton and them. I mean, because we have so much to say about black women. Wonder why we don't actually get on black men. I think there's something wrong with that. We have more black men in the system for the lack thereof when it comes to paying child support than any race. Y'all don't want me to go there? I just wanted to know, why did he use the term? He said that it's only two of them that didn't have anything to do with him, and empathy was one of them. And I want to know, okay, so if empathy is not related to you, who is empathetic to those children? Because a dad should be with their children, especially boys, all the time. Isn't that what you guys say, that teach them how to be men? So if the dad isn't in the house 90% of the time, because Nick is not in the house, his money is. That means those kids, those little boys and those little girls, they're being raised up by women. So again, I want to know, because I'm getting off the subject, because y'all know I'll go in for the kill. I wish I did know Kevin Samuels. Like I said, I'm not even going to dwell on this, because I would just want to know what Nick think he's saying, who he's talking to. Why did she not let him go in? Why did she let him go in and just say what he wanted to say? She forgot to bring up the children, didn't she? But then again, maybe because this is a short clip, and I give you one chance. At the end of the day, y'all take up for black men. But let's see how you take up for Nick Cannon. He say he's a narcissist. He was diagnosed with it. He wasn't diagnosed with it. He brought that upon himself, because when he got money, he thought he was a savage. Go ahead on, P. Diddy. This your girl, Queen Dee Dee with Dee Dee Said It. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you don't do anything else, all I said, boom. Can you get to know her? Okay. We all done. So let's take some of our curry and let's drip that over in the bowl. This looks delicious. Look at that. We got our potatoes. We have our carrots. This is going to be delicious. That's what I'm talking about. See that nice thick gravy? We can even have us some soup. Let's do a little bit of soup on there. Look at that. That's that nice thick gravy. And what we can do, you can even pair this with some rice. I can see. Who says a 6'2" queen can't? What's this?